I thought I'd go ahead and let you in on all the parts that came in, parts and pieces. This is the remainder of the video, I promise. So the only thing I'm missing to put the car together are the rear discs. So let me show you everything that came from two companies. The beam, I already told you, which is this part. That's the beam. That's where the trailing arms go, which are these parts. Trailing arms, upper and lower trailing arms, go into the beam. The beam came from Levi over at Pandraggers. He's the guy that put the beam together. Sent it to me a while ago. It has a German cross on it. I don't know what you call it. But the beam was bare when he sent it to me, and I knew it was going to be bare because that's what I paid for. Wasn't sure exactly whether I was going to paint it or whatever. You know, the trailing arms, upper and lower, those are mine. Now, Levi's a stand-up dude. I could hit him up on Facebook. Normally, Messenger is where I could get him. And send him a message. He responds right away. I kept going back and forth between single airbag or static. So I decided I'm gonna just go static on my 61 Notchback, and that's exactly what that beam is. Now I want to talk to you about Limebug. Limebug is a UK-based company. They make some products and they buy some products, like the discs are empty and they put the little dimples and holes in them. That's their design. I send them an email and they respond right away. Leanne is awesome. She's the one that always responds promptly to any question I have. If I call first thing in the morning, Texas time, they pick up the phone. And so let me go over the parts that they sent. They sent the spindles. That's a lower spindles, 2.5-inch drop. They're brand new. They're already powder coated for the most part. That's for link pin. Of course, type 3s didn't come with link pin. It came with ball joint suspension, but I decided I like the type 1 setup, and I like the older link pin. And the other video I was telling you about, these are the grease caps, and that's what I was shining up the other day on the Cool Ride brakes. The Cool Ride brakes will go on the 62 Notchback, because that'll have, well, I'm not going to tell you what kind of power it'll have. Of course, I talked to you about the Pitman arm already. That came from them. Also, it's maybe a European thing, but my M3 and my Mini had, instead of they have lug bolts instead of studs, and lug nuts and studs, they have lug bolts. I call them lug bolts. I think that's what they're called. Of course, you have the brake shoes for the calipers. You have bearings, inner and outer bearing, along with the race for the rotors. That's so you roll nice and smooth. And 4-piston Willwood calipers for the front. Also, I like the brake lines. They're steel braided. And if you notice, this is not it's like a grayish gold color. That is gonna match good with the off-white kind of eggshell color of my notch. So I'm not gonna do anything with those except slap them suckers right on. So that's the front setup. That's all the stuff that came. So the back part of the car Everything will be brand new. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about the brackets. These are their brackets. It's pretty cool. They actually have the LB for line bug. It's their, I guess, proprietary mounting brackets for the calipers. Okay. So let's go to the back stuff. So that's the rear caliper bracket, rear 4-piston calipers, along with has the emergency brake hooked up for the emergency brake. So the spring actually goes in the center. Emergency brake, I'll show you how it goes, but this will go in the center, the spring. Keep tension on the emergency brake cable, and the so sent with the kit. It comes with the emergency brake cables left and right. This actually attaches, this bracket attaches to the emergency brake handle. Rear shocks for the left and right side, not special. Those are just factory old type 1, 2, 3 lowered springs. You got the lug bolts again, chromed up, and brake pads. And I don't know what these are for. I think these are, I'm not sure. I will find out. And these are clips for the emergency brake lines. Not lines, but cables. And these are what in the front, what the actual steel braided lines look like, and that is going to actually match the notch pretty well too. Gold looking color. All right, y'all, that's about enough talking from you, man. I just wanted to go over some of the parts that came in. Number one from Levi from Pandraggers. The dude does phenomenal work. One of these days I might send a chassis over if I don't get good enough myself to have him work his magic. But he did the beam on the 61. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do to the 62 just yet. He might get to work his magic, but I might have something else in mind. So he does, again, hit him up on Facebook. His website is Pandraggers. His business is Pandraggers. Hit him up, stand up dude. Also, I can't say it enough. Communication is number one for me. And Linebug, Leanne over there, let me tell you, awesome. Again, in the morning Texas time, I could call. They pick up the phone, spend as much time for me to get whatever's in my little head out and answer any other questions I have. If there's any issues with the order, they rectify them. And let me just tell you, a lot of American businesses should take note of what I'm gonna say. I ordered a part on Friday. This last Friday is the 25th right now, Wednesday. I ordered it in the evening time, Texas time. They got the order. She replied to me in the email to make sure she got the correct stuff out. Put it in the mail on Monday from the UK. The stuff came from the UK to UPS. It came this morning on Wednesday. And it's not the first time. This is like the third or fourth package they've sent me. And it's always been that way. Tracking numbers the whole 9. So, American companies, you need to step your game up. Linebug, thank you. Leanne, thank you a million. So, with that said, I'm hungry. Is what? Almost 1700 and I ain't ate lunch or breakfast. So your man is out. Peace. Oh yeah, y'all. Let me show you something else. The reason why I like Linebug so much. The other day when I was excited and I was droning on about line bug when I first showed y'all what came in the package, the brakes and stuff. Well, I was about to throw all the boxes away because everything came and I was happy. Well, at the bottom of one of the boxes, they gave me a special present. I was asking about a spring plate tool, removal and install tool. And they're like, yeah, we don't use them, but we might have one. And so I just left it at that. Didn't ask them to send it. And this is the present they gave me. Let me show you. You see this part? That's something I didn't have. And if I'm going to be working on Volkswagen to be safe, I need this part to remove the spring plates there in the back of the car. I'll show you one day why you probably need this tool. You don't need it because I use the jack to install the spring plates I have on my car. But guess what? That part that I put that jack on, even with rags and stuff on it, that part was powder coated or is powder coated, and it's not perfect anymore because I had to use a jack because I didn't have this tool. So word to the wise, get this tool. But I want to thank you, Leanne, for hooking me up, and she didn't charge me for it. And that's not why I'm blowing line bug up and Leanne. It's because they go above and beyond, and I want to tell you thank you. Even if she charged me, I would still be blowing them up. This is the only thing they gave me. It was for free. They're not using it. But I was ecstatic before I even saw this. When I made the video the other day, I didn't know that they gave me this. So I want to tell you, Line Bug, Leanne, thank you for helping your man out. Peace.